Hello and welcome once again. You join us here in the Hornby magazine workshop on the O-Gauge test track because today we have the Minerva Model Railways Class 14 on the layout. So Mike, we've got a brand new sound fitted loco. Can you tell us a bit more?
Yes, so it's not just a brand new sound fitted loco, it is a brand new loco. This is a Minerva Model Railways latest O-Gauge ready to run locomotive. It's their very first diesel locomotive that's ready to run. So previously seen things like we've seen the Peckett E040 saddle tank, they've done the Kerr Stewart Victory 060 tank, we've seen the Great Western Railway pannier tanks, both the 57XX and the 8750s. They've also did the Manning Wardle 060 saddle tanks as well, but this is actually their biggest locomotive they've done so far.
The Class 14, can you tell us a bit more?
Yeah, so they're quite a small class. There were 56 of them were built. They built at Swindon Works between 1964 and 1965, and they were built primarily for a type of traffic that reduced virtually to nothing by the time they completed the first one. So they were designed for light trip freight and some shunting work as well, so they had an off-centre cab which gave them a nice, good all-round visibility for the driver. They were only small locomotives, 650 horsepower. They had a Paxman engine, which was turbocharged as well, and that gave them plenty of power to be able to run on the main line, where they were hauling sort of a short freight or mid-length freight, but also meant that the driver could use the locos to shunt in yards as well. But almost immediately as they were completed, the work they were built for disappeared overnight pretty much with the beaching era. So having been built for the Western region, they served in areas like the Forest of Dean and a couple of other areas in the Western region as well. They actually found that some of them were then transferred to Hull dairy coats up in the east, and they didn't last very long there because they were found to be too big for the docks. It didn't really suit the track layout there. So it was late 1960s, all these were then withdrawn. And then some were sold into industry, and actually quite a lot had a long career with industry with places like the National Coal Board and other industrial users. Some went abroad, and then ultimately quite a few of them also went into preservation as well.
Now, they've got a nickname, the teddy bear. Why are they called that?
I actually know the answer to this as well, which quite surprises me. So the Great Western Railway, they built a locomotive called the Great Bear back in early 1900s. The only 462 built for the Great Western Railway. And so the story goes that the Swindon Works, one of the gentlemen in Swindon Works said, well, we built a Great Bear, so now we've made a teddy bear, referring to the Class 14. So they built the Great Bear, made a teddy bear.
So I've always liked them for that.
Yeah, so I think everyone likes a teddy bear for the fact it's called a teddy bear, yeah. And they make a great noise as well to the Class 14. Got proper hydraulic turbo sounds, just great fun to listen to one of those running. So going to the model, of course. Can you tell us about some of the features we can expect on the Minerva model? Yeah, absolutely. So you can expect a 5-pole motor inside. They've also got a Plux 22 decoder socket in the back of the locomotive. They're doing them both DCC ready and DCC fitted and DCC sound fitted. So the model I've got on the track here today is the DCC sound fitted version. That's got a custom speaker enclosure with a twin 40x20 speaker in it as well. You get directional lighting at each end of it. There's also independent lighting of the cab as well. Plus there's turn metal wheels, you get all-wheel pickup, sprung buffers and working sprung couplings as well.
Wonderful. And whose sound file is it?
It is a custom sound file which is done exclusively for Minerva Model's own Class 14 production run, and that's been engineered for them. It's on a Zimmo Plux 22 decoder, so anyone who's seen a Zimmo decoder will kind of know what to expect. So you've got functions like active brakes on function 2, you've got a shunting or light engine mode on function 5, you've got a coasting mode on function 6 as well, so that shuts down the engine to an idle sound as well. Plus there's things like fading sounds on function 19, you've got live volume control as well. So all those kind of standard hallmarks you'd expect from a high value Zimmo sound file. Plus you've got a brilliant recording of that hydraulic sound as well. And
of course, you'll have no doubt had a go with it.
Definitely, yes. Yeah, well, this is actually my own loco for a start. So this was I've had this on order with Minerva since they announced the Class 14, actually. It's one of those moments where it's just, I want one, I'll take my money. So I'm really impressed with it. I'm really pleased with the overall result.
So as we have one on the layout, they're available now. But Mike, the important question, how much are they?
Okay, so there's 3 different price bands for the Minerva Class 14. There's the analog DCC ready one, which is priced at £290. There's a DCC fitted one priced at £345. And there's also the full DCC sound fitted version with a Zimmo decoder in it, which is priced at £415.
Which I have to say, while considered, is a very affordable price these days.
Yeah, I think it is, particularly for O-Gauge, and actually even compared to some of the ready-to-run double O-Gauge now as well, I suppose. We've seen so many changes in price of late that actually, this is quite an affordable starter loco for O-Gauge if you want to go that way. Doesn't need a big layout to run one of these on either. It's not like you need a big main line, is it? So, shunting yard.
7mm depot.
A 7mm depot would be perfect for, or you could have a little branch line with it running as well, with a handful of ballast wagons like I've got just behind me. Plenty of ways you can use a smaller loco like this to your advantage and to your wallet's advantage as well.
Exactly.
And with the sounding as well, you've got to remember that a sound decoder on its own is £100 or more, and the speaker's another £20. So actually, it's you can see where the value goes.
So there's no denying this would make a lovely addition for anyone's collection, especially in O gauge. Right, I think that brings us happily to the end of this video. Don't forget you can read the full review right now in HM178 or on keymodelworld.com. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Take care and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.